So we're going to go through some chaotic situations, some hypotheticals that would turn the NFL league on its head. But let me get to this news first because it is just released. Alvin Kamara is suspended for the first 3 games of the NFL season. This is for his role in the altercation in the right before the 2022 Pro Bowl, where he pled down to a misdemeanor and settled his civil suit. So he will miss the games week 1 through 3. So Titans at Panthers at Packers.
Listen, I've gotten lost in what precedent is or isn't in the NFL. It feels like there's never any consistency. My expectation was it was going to be more than 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Rico, is that what you would say? You thought it was going to be more?
Yep. And you know what Alvin Kamara did? I'm not going to mention his name because it's a lightning rod in this town. But Alvin Kamara knew this was going to happen. So rather than going out and doing other stuff and going to Vegas right after, he started meeting with the commissioner. What can I do to make this thing shorter? What do you want to hear from me? What do you want me to say publicly? Where do you want me to go? I'll do it because I want to get back into the league as soon as possible. It seemed like Kamara was constantly going to New York, meeting with the commissioner. That's being responsible, and I think that's one of the reasons why he only got 3 games instead of 6 or 8 or 12.
I mean, there was talk last year of him being suspended because he did this in February of 22.
Yeah.
Dragged it out, only got 3.
He went full, I'm sorry, what can I do?
So to the chaotic situations that may turn the league on its head. First one, this is a Bleacher Report. Now, I don't believe this one. This won't happen. Aaron Rodgers abruptly retires? I mean, it would turn the league upside down. But no.
No, see, I can't see that happening because I think Aaron Rodgers is in too much of a, I need to show you I'm not dead yet. I don't like how the season ended. You guys are putting dirt on me, especially you people in Detroit. Yeah, just wait and see what I have in store. His ego is too big for him to walk away right now, David.
I mean, it's very unlikely, obviously. If you watch the Hall of Fame game last night, he's talking up all his playmakers, and he looked like he was rejuvenated. Garrett Wilson's got a little Devontae Adams in him. This 17 is kind of like that 17. But, David, in the scenario where that mysteriously happened, would it really change that much? The Jets didn't win the division last year. The Jets didn't make the playoffs last year. It wouldn't really change the landscape of the NFL all that much. So give me a better one.
That's fair.
Give me another one.
The next one involves privilege. The San Francisco 49ers acquire Kirk Cousins or Ryan Tannehill.
Why does that got to be privileged, man? That's just mean and hurtful.
No, I'm just saying it involves your privilege. But would this turn
season?
the league? Yeah, would this turn the league upside down if this happened?
It could, because here's the thing. As you said, David, with Brock Purdy, it's why you just need somebody back there to just make sure you don't turn the ball over. Now, if you add people with actual NFL experience, you increase. That's why Sam Darnold could go there and possibly turn his career around. Now, did he get better? Probably not, but it's the cast around him.
By the way, did you hear what your coach called him, or not called him, but he's saying he could basically be a Steve Young type.
Who could be?
Sam Darnold. Basing it, Steve Young was not good before he went to San Francisco, turned his career around.
Yeah.
Second chance syndrome.
Yeah, you know what? He had a lot of hype. He came in from the USFL, and yeah, you know what? Play within the system, Steve, and this will work for you.
The Kirk thing might be a year early. I think that's a real thing that could happen next year. Shanahan is obsessed with Kirk Cousins. They have a great relationship.
Right. Yeah,
and he could run that offense.
Purdy's arm doesn't heal. Trey Lance turns out to be a bust.
You're looking in the quarterback market, so
he's available.
Yeah, he's a free agent. Let's go get him. Or what's Jared Goff doing?
Next scenario that can turn the league
baiting me.
upside down. Sean Payton and Russell Wilson become absolute fire for the Denver Broncos.
Such a tough division because you got Mahomes at the top. But if they caught fire, could they get in as a wild card? Could they upset somebody in the first round? Stars align, Hall of Fame coach and quarterback combo. I don't think it's likely, but David, yeah, it would flip things upside down, wouldn't it?
No, I think this could happen, especially the caveat. If something happens to Kelsey, Kansas City slowly but surely keeps losing receivers. We see Mahomes. Take a look at the wide receiver room. It's not that great.
Doesn't matter.
It's Travis Kelsey. He goes down. And now, who's your number one target? You don't have one.
Rico, they lost Tyreek Hill. who was a big deal for them.
Right.
And it didn't even matter. Like, part of me thinks you could get Mahomes and like 5 guys from a local wreck.
No. Want to know why? Because he had Kelsey, and Kelsey became the number 1 receiver. He goes down, and now he's forced to play with just a bunch of nobodies. Not quite the same.
Next one, elite running backs move left and right, meaning they get traded. Jonathan Taylor gets traded. Austin Eckler gets traded. Saquon gets traded.
This season or next season?
Saying this season.
So let's say,
Now remember,
let's say in-season deadline.
You know what?
Exactly.
I can see that happening.
Well,
It almost becomes baseball free agency. You know what? We need one more back, and I think we could win this division. Yeah, go ahead, trade for him. Because all you could trade is, what, a second, third round pick?
Possibly.
Well, yeah, it's Christian McCaffrey last year didn't get a first for him. So, yeah, maybe there's a blueprint there. And isn't it kind of like relievers in baseball?
Yeah.
Hey, we need guys who can come in and eat innings, guys who can come in and take carries and
Yeah, that I'll give you.
Yeah, I could see it. Now, who would benefit most? Like, who are some contenders that could just add a Saquon out of thin air or a Jonathan Taylor out of thin air?
You would have to look at what the draft capital is, but like off the top of my head,
Yeah,
like,
sure, just spitball.
like a Philadelphia Eagles.
Yeah, let's say Swift doesn't stay healthy, Penny doesn't stay healthy, but they got a great line and they plug Jonathan Taylor in at the deadline.
The Detroit Lions.
The Detroit Lions. You got the picks. You know what?
If they're rolling,
We could win this division, but you know
How about the Vikings? They let go of Cook. Let's say they're still competitive and they need an oomph in the backfield.
So yeah,
I think this is maybe the best one.
the next two I'm gonna put together because it's basically about a fire sale. So the Rams and the Bucks hold a mid-season fire sale. So Evans would be available, Stafford would be available, Cooper Kupp would be available.
I could see
Aaron Donald would
I could
be
see
available.
the Rams.
Ding, ding.
I could see the Rams, and it would almost be if Aaron Donald was on the market. Teams would be coming up with all types of packages to make sure that they were the team to get him. You said the Rams and the Bucks.
Yeah, both teams fire
Yeah.
sale. Yeah.
I think the Bucks believe they're going to be better. So how quickly can they swallow their pride and realize you're not that good?
See, these are the two teams I'd be more interested in partnering with if I'm the Lions. They don't have an X receiver. Mike Evans is the prototype outside jump ball machine, and he's 1,000 yards every year. If they're awful, and by the way, it's Baker Mayfield, Kyle Trask duking it out at practice, they're going to be awful.
No.
Evans might be an intriguing deadline.
You bring in
And so
Cooper,
is Aaron Donald.
No. If you bring in Cooper Kupp to go with St. Brown,
No, they're both slot guys.
I know, but no one
Yeah,
can
but
cover
that would-
these two.
That would be dangerous.
I'm telling you, the funniest thing is just TJ Lang's text. How in the bleep is he still open? Why don't they cover Cooper Kupp?
And
Every time it's the funniest thing
In that
ever.
Super Bowl, he was the only guy left standing. They couldn't run the ball. Odell's got a blown out knee.
So, yes, I know they play the same position, but it's just the fact that both guys always seem to be wide open. So, but yeah, you're right. Evans, you go get somebody like that, I could easily see. Yeah, fire sale from both of those teams.
Change the league.
all right, last two here. Atlanta Falcons happen to be right about Desmond Ridder. Now, this goes with the other one about the Bucks fire sale. It would have to be Desmond Ridder taking, flight.
See, honestly, I'm beginning to think that they are. They may have something where he could end up being. Let me preface this, but how everybody wrote Jalen Hurts off. Jalen was taken in the second round. He was just okay. He wasn't great. Even going into last year, when they started the year off against the Philadelphia Eagles, people were like, we can't lose Jalen Hurts. By the end of the year, oh, well, we lost Jalen Hurts, so it's okay. You have enough pieces in place, young team, kind of like Jalen, where maybe everything falls into place.
Well, and like Jalen, I'll give you this for the comparison. They run the ball. Atlanta third in rushing last year. They add Bijan. I'm fascinated to see what they do with 3 different running backs that all can catch the ball and tight ends that they can play. I mean, the Arthur Smith personnel packages are going to be like a football junkie's dream this season.
You get to play most of your games indoors.
True. In a bad division.
Right. So, yeah, you got you got at least, 9 games indoors.
How are you talking me into Ridder? I don't think he's any good, and you're talking me into Ridder.
But Because a lot of times we see young quarterbacks who aren't taken in the first round, and we just automatically assume that they're going to be nothing.
Well, and situation
and we don't
matters.
let them grow
Yes.
and get better. And that's why I say Hurts was the ultimate because, well, he got kicked. He lost his job at Alabama, and he hasn't done anything since he got into the league. Well, he showed everybody, wait, hold that thought. Watch me take my team to the Super Bowl.
And then the last one, quickly, this will hurt you, Rico. Your thoughts of this quarterback in the season. The Baltimore Ravens offense falls on its face. I can see that.
No, I mean, I can. It's feast or famine with Lamar. But I think I'm going to say no because I think Lamar is kind of on that Aaron Rodgers. I have to show people, you guys wrote me off, and I'm still Lamar. And I don't care if we have a running. I saw some stat that says he's the running game.
Mm-hmm.
When he rushes for more than 90 yards, I think they're like 16-1. So I don't need a running back. Screw it. I'll run the ball. We'll win games.
And that is In Football Today.